Alright, now Captain America, the Winter Soldier, the spoiler review. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Let's talk about the big one. SHIELD has fallen. SHIELD has fallen and is gone probably forever. Alexander Pierce is dead. Nick Fury has to go into hiding now. He's sort of faked his own death. Captain America, Falcon, and Black Widow, they're all gonna go searching for the Winter Soldier now. But yeah, there's a lot that goes in this film that, like I was saying in my regular review, if I were to mention it, it just feels like a spoiler. But yeah, very early on, Nick Fury is killed, and then he's brought back, like, way later. It's not like one of those, like, well, what the hell type things. It feels natural, I guess. I don't know, in that, like, I guess he would do something like that. Because he's sort of realizing himself that there's a big problem with SHIELD. And actually, the problem you learn with SHIELD is that, in the first Captain America, the first Avenger, you learn of the organization Hydra. Apparently, they're one and the same, in that basically Alexander Pierce is also the head of Hydra, and basically all the SHIELD agents are working for Hydra, and that's what these big helicarriers are for. Just Hydra's way to, just to cause destruction and mayhem, to sort of rebuild the world. Not like take over the world or blow up the world. But just sort of, yeah, stuff like that. They were going to kill a lot of people with those things. But for me, the real, big twist was, the Winter Soldier himself is Bucky Barnes. And Bucky Barnes was one of Captain America's, good friends from his days in the war. So yeah, you got that. And that was really cool, which is also neat to think, because, he sees him, wait, he would have been, 90-something years old. How is he still alive? But then, you remember that, he was kidnapped and experimented on. And that robotic arm of his is cool. It's actually a great bit. They're fighting, and Captain America, you try to use his shield to try to cut the thing off, and he almost succeeds. But then he also knocks off his mask, and that's when he realizes. Then you realize, and it's also revealed that his memory's been completely wiped. What else is there to say? So SHIELD has fallen, Hydra has probably also fallen, and this is all leading to the question, what's going to happen in Avengers Age of Ultron? There's that too. Also, I like he wore the World War II suit again, which was cool. Also a sign of, I'm not part of you anymore. But the final fight between, Captain America and, the Winter Soldier, that hit me in the feels. That was a cool fight. Just he doesn't want to kill him. He doesn't want to. And Winter Soldier, he will follow his order. He will finish the mission. That's great. What else is there? A lot of really good twists and turns. They don't feel okay, well, whatever. They don't just feel shoved in there because, oh, what a twist. Like M. Night Shyamalan would do. Bells and stuff. No, it feels like something, would this happen? Or, it feels like something, yeah, this probably would happen. Sorry, I'm just typing. Okay, good. Publish. And I like it. Even Nick Fury realizes, he can't trust SHIELD at all, which is why he trusts Captain America. And actually, there's this great bit at the beginning, is that because he's killed, Nick Fury is killed in Captain America's apartment, and everyone sort of thinks, oh, maybe it was him, so no one really trusts Captain America. And my God, this guy can just do anything. I know he's supposed to be a super soldier, super enhanced strength and stuff like that. Not Superman level, but just strong level or whatever. But this guy can just plow through anything with that magic shield of his. I love that shield. Yeah, but one of the things, he actually sees meets Peggy Carter. His girlfriend from the first film. And, she's old, 80-something. I was wow, that's neat. That's really... Okay, wow. I didn't expect him to do that. I mean, there was a deleted scene in the Avengers where he was debating whether to call her or not, and apparently you learn that she actually founded Shield. So cool. Um, and seeing those like aircraft carriers, those helicarriers or whatever they're called, seeing them just crash into one another, that was really cool as well. But like I said, this just ups the formula a lot, and doesn't do anything like crazy or stupid with itself. Um, Robert Redford's a dick in this movie. Uh, what else is there? A lot of good product placement. Not gonna lie, the Apple thing was good product placement. What else is there? Hubba Bubba Gum. I didn't know that was still popular. Uh, but I like the running joke of like, who's a good girl for Captain America, and like I always thought just like, can Steve Rogers and Natasha finally just get together? At one point they're in hiding in the mall and she like is like, quick, kiss me. He's like, what? His give off like uncomfortable vibes or whatever. And then there's a great joke. They make a good joke about it after. It's like, he's like, I don't want to ask you this. It's like, unless you don't want to, which I guess that means an answer. He's just like, just ask. It's like, was I the first girl you've kissed since the 40s? Which I'm thinking like, maybe it is, because he's 95, I think, or something like that, or old. Um, which I would think he would be in the film context, probably. uh, yeah, I don't know. The Falcon. I forgot to mention about the Falcon in my review. Falcon's cool though. Anthony Mackie, who. What is it with this guy? He's sort of hit and miss. Like, he was in The Hurt Locker, then he was in Pain and Gain, which I also liked, and then he's in this now, so... But he was in a few other movies that just weren't very good. He's cool. He's got these robotic wings, and he flies, and... I think I was reading somewhere he didn't like the costume? I don't know. I find it cool that he can fly. That's awesome. Just like, man-made power fly. Man, Winter Soldier is like, I like it though, because he's not like, oh, look at me, I'm just so badass. He is like that maybe once or twice, but then like, when it gets into who he is, like, he's Bucky Barnes, he's, Steve Rogers' best friend back in the war. That was interesting. And seeing those two fight, Captain America doesn't want to fight him, but he will complete his mission because that's what he's programmed to do. That's interesting. What else is there to say? We see a lot more of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all their divisions and all their other things they do. That was also interesting. And just S.H.I.E.L.D. has fallen, which I guess explains why that show, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., wasn't very good. Oh yeah, no Agent Coulson. And I was mad. They had Agent Maria Hill from the Avengers in here, and I thought, okay, cool. But where's Agent Coulson? Ah! Oh, well, Coulson will live. I guess not everyone's watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I don't know. I mean, I have. I think it's just, it's okay, I guess. But yeah, like I said, this just ups the standard of these Marvel films, and I let Guardians of the Galaxy. They got some work to do, but we'll see. But the one thing I kept saying to myself after I saw this movie, I'm like, take notes, DC. This is how you do it. Especially considering Captain America 3, which is apparently going to come out the same day as Batman vs. Superman. So DC better get their shit together. Let's see. I don't know. But the two ending credit scenes, you get to see Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, who are going to be in Avengers Age of Ultron. And the one villain, I forget his name. He's sort of like a Nazi scientist guy, dude thing. He sort of experimented with them using Loki's staff, the little crystal in Loki's staff. It did that, so it basically made them like, Inhumans. The other is, but the one that I thought was absolutely fantastic, it's Bucky Barnes. It's at the very end of what it is, the two fall into the water, and Bucky Barnes actually saves Captain America. Then he just walks off. And then it's him in the Smithsonian Museum. And it's actually great. There's this great scene where Captain America, he walks around the Smithsonian Museum, he sees there's an entire like exhibit just for him. Anyways, what it is, Bucky Barnes goes to the Smithsonian and he sees like part of the you see a few things of him in the exhibit as well. He's just he's learning of his history, who he once was. That was really good. Like just if you stay for that scene alone, just the look in his eyes and just everything. But I think that's all I have to say. Robert Redford's a dick, but a good dick. I think he had good things to say about this movie. He said he always wanted to try to see what this type of filmmaking was like. He said it was very different. And it's neat to see him and, Nick Fury just sort of be like, just like talking to one another, arguing. You also get to see Nick Fury's other eye, and it wasn't as gruesome as I thought it would be. I mean, it's sort of like, it's scarred, it's clearly blind, it's got a big scratch in the middle of it. But he can still, like, retina scan with it, which is really cool. Who else? I don't know. I know Marvel's doing just a great job, so let's hope Guardians of the Galaxy can keep it up a bit. But that's all I have to say. So, what do you think of the Winter Soldier, and what was the biggest surprise for you? For me, my highlight of the film was seeing him and Winter Soldier fight. And S.H.I.E.L.D. has fallen. So, but yeah, that's all I have to say. There's nothing really I can say that's, I can't find anything wrong with it. Like, I mean, maybe if I might watch this again. I mean, yeah, if I watched it 10 times, I could probably find something, but I don't know. There's just all these just great things about it, really. This might, be one of the best superhero films ever made, I think. I know that's a bold statement to say, but I think it is. So, that's all I have to say. So, yeah. See you later.